Hi! Welcome! Happy Monday, I guess. No, I'm just joking. Anyways, hello. I'm just gonna give everybody a little bit of a chance to hop on here, and in the meantime, I'm going to show you what's up. So we left off with Bride of Frankenstein being, well, right here as I left it. And I think the problem that I ran into was after I used this fantastic little guy right here, which, by the way, can we get another look at this sexy, very sexy, point? That's man, if they had an eyeliner that looked like that, ooh, that was that fine tip. Okay, anyways, enough. I'm done lusting over the pen. So I figured out after I just went in and drew this is that it's not waterproof. So I was like, okay, so I just backed myself into a corner because originally I was going to probably use watercolor or something that would be water soluble, but unfortunately when that happens, then the rest of this breaks up, obviously. I mean, you guys know how ink works if it's not waterproof. So, also please forgive me if I seem to be a little discombobulated right now because I'm trying to just be more prepared, but I apparently didn't do that. Hi, how you doing? Indigo, please remind me, what is your name again? Oh my god, I'm so bad saying that, but right now, by the way guys, I am super tired. It's been a little bit stressful. There have been some plumbing issues with my house, and my basement flooded twice last week, and it has to do, I'm not going to get into it. It's not really that important for me to go into the details, but trust me, it's been kind of crazy because I haven't been able to take a shower or wash my dishes or anything. Thankfully, I have a really good friend of mine that lives about a block over, and she's like, you can come use the shower, it's fine. So I felt so much I felt like a new woman this morning. Hi, Sally! I'm like, what a difference clean hair makes. Dry shampoo is fantastic, it's wonderful, but there's only so much of it that you can use before you're kind of like, okay, it kind of feels like I'm putting starch into my hair and it's gonna just stick out straight eventually. So so I'm today I'm like, oh, it's so clean. But Heather. Okay, so I have to remember that because there's another Heather Johnson. She comes on, and I'm gonna have to remember that you are Indigo Heather. I'm gonna call you Indigo Heather. So, long story short, I may not be streaming as long as I normally do because I feel wrecked, and I have to go to the hospital in the morning and get injections in my neck at 9:30. So I can't stay up too late, but. Oh my god, we have these, and I have the black light, and I was going to do a whole thing where I was going to have black light nail polish on and black light makeup on, and I kind of fell for this purple palette today. So here we are. And it didn't work out, but we'll do more black light painting stuff here in the future. But hopefully we can get some things to show up on her. So I have these, and I also have some Halloween colors in the Sakura poster paint. I really have not used these since I bought them, so I'm going to play around with them. And I know that there will be obviously some water usage with wetting the brush and stuff like that. But I'm going to try and keep this as opaque as possible. And I don't know if do you guys know what poster paint is? I feel like it's I know the illustrators used to use it back in the day on different magazines, but to my understanding, it's kind of like the little sister of gouache. I mean, I don't know how you would. It's kind of a matte finish, so same kind of thing. It's like water soluble. You layer it, but I feel like it's not quite as sophisticated as gouache. If that makes sense. Anyways, I'm gonna stop babbling. You know, I know I'm complicated. You know what, Indigo, I'm complicated too. I say the best people are complicated. Hello, Michelle. Hi from rainy Vancouver, Canada. Well, you know what? It was raining here last night. That's the reason why I didn't have my stream. We had tornado warnings. The sirens went off a few times. So, I thought, well, it would probably compromise the stream quality. So I figured tonight would be much better. So, okay. Well, you know what? I forgot. I have these too. I have these. So these are the Camel brand, and this is actually very weighty, and I haven't used these either. And there's a whole bunch of them in here. And first off, hello. Look at that pink. Yes, I like that a lot. But these are obviously not quite as large as the Sakura. The Sakura is pretty sizable. So I'm going to take a look at these greens. Just make sure I'm not overlooking anything before I just dive right in. So I think we'll be okay. That's pretty. It's a peacock blue. Yeah. All right. Because like the Halloween colors are usually green and purple and orange, and so I just want to be fair. Oh, that's like a portrait pink. That's a nice orange. I might use that. Anyways. How's everyone doing? Everybody doing okay? How was your weekend? Let me know. What'd you guys do? Did you guys do anything fun? Or anything like fall related, like fall festivals or anything like that? I think I'm going to start off using... I'm going to color in her eyes. So I'm going to zoom you in. I've been wanting to do this since we last met on this. And I apologize that there was no stream last week. Just trust me, it was a long week. But I do owe you guys one. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to have a regular video for you guys this week, unfortunately, because of the procedure and because of the plumbing issues and things. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream again on Friday night instead of like a regular video, so you guys get a bonus situation. And yeah, that's going to be fun. So what are you guys going to be? Are you guys dressing up for Halloween this year? If so, what are you going to be? I want to know. Used to be I'd be like, oh, I want to be the sexy Red Riding Hood and blah, 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 blah. But then I'm like, you reach an age where like it's too cold to mess with it. And you would rather be in like a onesie, like a zebra onesie or something, you know? And you're like, I don't care if I look sexy or not. I'd rather be comfortable. Although the sexy costume, some like the cat, like a Catwoman or something, that would be kind of fun. But yeah, I'm not into the skimpy stuff anymore because it's just, first of all, you pay just as much, if not more, for a sexy costume than you do like a really comfortable costume, and you're paying more or the same for, well, less amount of fabric. So oh, Miss Ebony, you're gonna hand me out candy. Awesome. Heather, I'm scary looking enough? No, stop it. Stop. Thank you. I am going to take care of my health, of course. Ooh, Olivia, you went to an Apple Harvest Festival. Ooh. Oh, you're crocheting witches' hats to sell at next year's. Do you sell these online? Because I would love to know. I bought a witch's hat this year, too. What do we think? Isn't that nice? Perfect. So, you know what? I was going to be Lilu from the Fifth Element, and there was a situation in shipping with the pattern. I had bought a pattern, and then I forgot to tell the Etsy seller which size, and I didn't have my notifications on, and she had to cancel the order. But anyways, I bought another one for the suspenders, just the suspenders. and because it's a very, very intricate costume. It's a very like specific costume. So I have like the parts, but I just like almost 2 out of the 3 Halloween parties I was invited to like got canceled, or I wasn't able to, I'm not going to be able to make them. So I'm kind of like, I'll dress up for maybe the next stream, because we actually do stream this Sunday, which is Halloween. So if you do happen to make it, cool. If not, then I don't know. I don't know if anyone would watch me on Halloween, but we may do November 1st. So maybe I could just dress up then. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Emily Artful swears by praying poster paint. Huh. We'll have to check that out. I trust your judgment. I like Emily. Okay. You haven't set up online. Okay, Olivia, whenever you do set up online, let me know. I would love to check out your artistry, and like a custom witch's hat or like a handmade witch's hat would be awesome. So far, you've gotten rainbow sequin cat ears, Michelle. Where'd you get those? I want some rainbow cat ears that are sequins. I love sequins. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna just outline her hair here, so that I don't have to go over it with poster paint and be annoyed, frankly put. So I have, like, as you saw, if you haven't seen the spooky subscriber story video, I had cat ears, and it was like one of those things that was like a 3-piece, like, instant costume thing. But I'm like, you know what? I have a thermal underwear, black underwear type of thing, where I could like the waffle, the waffle pattern stuff, not the kind that you really like, the sleek kind, but I could be like middle-aged Catwoman. Like, I'm not willing to get into the wet vinyl suit, but actually I would, but I just don't feel like ordering one or paying for one right now. But I could do that. I could still technically, I guess, be Lulu. I just don't have any suspenders, but I feel like the suspenders are a hallmark of that costume. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's always next year, too. And then, what else do I have? Oh! I had like a disco, like I could do a disco look. I had this gigantic, like, red afro that I love it. It's such a beautiful wig. And so I might do disco and do my makeup that way, or I might do my makeup in 1960s with like the eyeliner. It's like a twiggy eyeliner. Hey bud, come on in here. You hear me talking to everybody? You want some attention? Well, come on in here. There's Jack. Okay, I'm talking and not showing you what I'm doing. I'm such a great live streamer. I'm catching up. Okay. You got it at the okay, so you got your cat sequin ears at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to have to go to the Dollar Tree and see if I can find them. I thought maybe it would have been on Amazon. Of course, I'm sure Amazon has something like that. But that's something I would put on I would wear on the stream for fun. Hi, hon. You want to say hi? Can you guys see him? There he is. Say hi. I love you. You're such a good boy. Yeah. You're an artist's companion. You truly are. My little orange buddy. So, yeah, I gotta go get some injections tomorrow morning. They gonna loot me up real good, but I am a little bit more apprehensive about these injections than I am the L45, or not L45, but I usually get them in my SI joints. Because it's been a long time since I've had them in my neck. And one time, this has been probably 8 years ago, they kind of lay you on your back and give them to you in the disc. I don't know what happened. I think it was just really, really damaged in there, and it hurt so bad that I screamed really loud, even after being like doped up. And so I hope tomorrow will go very, very smoothly. So, okay. Ooh, that needs to be stirred up. But what a nice shade. This is the yellow green. Yeah, I'm going to have to check out some poster paint, some Prang poster paint. It is a nice consistency. I think I got these on Amazon as well as the Camel. Now, do the Prang poster paints, do they come in little jars like this, like little plastic jars? Prang is actually pretty good quality for being like a dollar brand, like a really, like a budget school supply brand. So guys, what do you guys think? Yeah. Oh! I just saw Heather. You said something about Jean-Paul Gaultier. Gaultier. I'm not good with French. Yeah, I know he designed the Velvet costume, but how epic was that movie with its fashion? I mean, it was just so fun, and it's always been one of my favorite movies. And you cannot deny that the fashion kind of changed cinema as far as cinema fashion goes, you know. And so, hi Ben, welcome. Okay, so what was I saying? I was saying something, I don't remember. But what is it, honey? What is it? As I was saying, this stream will probably not be quite as long because I have to get up and have shots done in the morning. I wish I would have brought up, maybe I can go get it here in a little while, I don't know. But the Holbein acrylics, the neon acrylics the luminous acrylics, I should say, that would look kind of fun with this. See, this is not going to break up that ink so much. But if this dries darker, I'm not sure. I don't know. It'll just depend on how it looks like under the black light. And I have the black light right here. We'll have to check that out. But there was something I was going to say before I started talking about Jean-Paul Gaultier. Gaultier? Is that how you say it? Oh, I remember what I was going to say now. Guys, look. I want to upload more often, but doing more artwork on the channel, like actual physical artwork, I could do it, but it would really, really be not good for my health probably to like sit down and, you know, try to pump out, you know, one finished piece per day. At some point I would probably be compromising myself in one way or another. So you know that I have a love of eyeshadow, and you know I have a love of makeup, and I think if I were going to do anything like that on my channel, it would be eyeshadow or eyeliner, something like that. But I have a love of eyeshadow palettes. Like it's almost it's kind of like as much of a passion as color, because I obviously love colorful eyeshadow, but like as art supplies. And I've thought about bringing on eyeshadow palette reviews and tutorials and, you know, favorites and things like that, because first of all, it takes a while for me to get ready for filming in front of the camera anyways. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just like do a makeup Monday or just any kind of eyeshadow videos to kind of like put in to the timeline that's more content, and that way I'm getting more content to you guys, but it's also not just fine art. But I'm not going to be like, it's not going to be like oh, let's just start this foundation. I don't really care about that. Like, I'm not looking to do that. It would probably strictly be about either eyeshadow or just color in general in regards to makeup. So it might be lipsticks or something. But I'm an eyeshadow girl. I love eyeshadow. Clearly I do. And I also, I love finding a good bargain, or a good value, I should say. And I love color. And nails. I love colorful nail polish and things like that. I don't know about bringing that onto the channel, but I mean, just what do you guys think? I mean, would you guys be open to that sort of thing? Would you watch that sort of thing? Is that something you would be interested in? Or do you think I should just like start a completely separate channel? I mean, I'd hate to build from the ground up, because that, I don't know. If I did start a second channel, it would be called Color Priestess, because one of my dear friends called me the Color Priestess, and I was like, oh my God, I love it! And so, I don't know, but what I'm wearing on my eyes today is BH Cosmetics Passion in Paris or something. And at first glance, like if you look at the swatches online, or if you look at the actual pans, they don't look very bright, but like, and it doesn't really look like a purple palette at first glance, but it is, and I freaking love purple. I love purple, I love green, I love turquoise, I love it all really. I love hot pink. I mean, you've seen me kind of wear it all. But, I don't know. I think it would be fun. Olivia, you'd certainly be interested in eyeshadow? Oh, hell yeah. Good. Awesome. Okay. Oh, Heather, yes. I knew that Jean-Paul Gaultier was, like, big, but I didn't realize that he designed some of Madonna's tours. Like, that makes so much sense now. I bet you, was he on, do you know if he designed the Blonde Ambition tour, or was that somebody else? Because I swear he might have, like, invented the cone bra. I don't know. All hail the Color Priestess. I'm serious. You know what? I could just even, like rank my eyeshadow palettes for you. And I could do that with, like, I could put out that content relatively, like, with ease, I think. Ooh, I like how she's looking. What do you guys think? That's really pretty. But I almost kind of want to do her lips with, like, this. I don't know. But, Emily says praying watercolors are better than Crayola. Oh, I'm sure they are. Yeah. Crayola is really... It's Crayola, And I know that, like, there's a big trend of, like, using Crayola in art videos lately, and I don't know. I can't jump on board with it right now. I just can't. I'm just not... I don't really go after things that really just don't appeal to me. I try to be really receptive, but sometimes I'm just like, I am not on board with this right now. So I let other people do their thing, and I'll watch. So let's see what we can do with Miss Thing's lips here. You know what? I'm going to zoom you guys in. So yeah, I mean, if you guys would enjoy that sort of content, I can just put it out there and just see where it goes. What would you color with the shadow? You can paint like pastels with eyeshadow. Yeah, you know what? I actually have. Amethyst, I have to disagree, because there are things in pastels, like chalk pastels or like soft pastels, that aren't suitable for putting on your eyes. But I do have eye paints, and those are made to be like actual. It's Halsey's line, and she made eye paints that they look like it looks like paint, and it dries down kind of like paint, and very colorful stuff. So I might use that too. I do plan to do a watercolor collection update too. What, honey? You have food? What? I think he's just jealous. Are you jealous? What, honey? He's goofy. Well, hon, I wish I could understand you. Give her a wet look here. We'll give her a wet lips, like glossy lips. Speaking of makeup, I love a good lip gloss. Not the kind that's sticky or goopy, a one that's like nice and slick, but like stays on. Lindsay the Frugal Crafter has... I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying there. Oh, Alina, how am I supposed to say your name? You would love eyeshadow videos? Awesome. Okay, we got some people on board. We could do it. Yeah. I will. Then you just might get yourself another video this week. That would be fun. It would be so much fun. I would have so much fun doing these videos. And I could do tutorials too. I have a very specific eye shape, and I don't think that a lot of people that I've seen on YouTube that do makeup have, like, there's some that have deep set eyes, but I don't see a lot of people who do deep set eyes and do colorful eyeshadow at the same time. So I might be able to have a niche there. Okay, so where do you guys think I should go with this? I was thinking maybe I could paint the background purple, and then maybe have like a glow around her. Maybe like just with this or something, some kind of outline. Gosh, I keep looking at this. It's so pretty. This too. Yeah, I like those. Oh, okay. I basically used these for swatching. Oh, okay. And that was it. Ooh, we could give her a purple winged eyeliner. Do you think I should do that? Oh, I just had that in my mind. The cat got your attention. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying. So Lindsay paints with eyeshadows sometimes as the base. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I thought you meant like taking soft pastels and putting them on my face. I was gonna say I don't think those are for use in the immediate eye area, but that's awesome. Yeah, I actually have like a face chart book that I would love to use on the channel and be able to paint faces with my makeup, like paint portraits with it. Let's see here. Do we have an angled brush? We do. It's a little one, or a bigger one than I'd hoped for, but we might be able to work with this. I wonder. Okay. Do I have a smaller angled brush? Do I? I don't see one. It's okay. I think I can make it work. Might help if I had you zoomed in. I might as well just keep you guys zoomed in until I need to zoom back out for like a longer period of time. Yeah! Although that doesn't really look like it's purple, does it? Can you guys see that that's purple? It is, I promise. Maybe if I... Come on. Ooh, this one's kind of drying up. That's no good. Maybe if I add just a little bit of white in there. I think I actually really enjoy these poster paints. I think these would be fun for illustrative purposes. And from what I remember reading about them, they were used a lot along with gouache in magazine illustrations from like in the 60s and stuff, and into the 70s too, I think. But then you kind of had more of a little bit more of a need for photography in magazines, more so, which is really I understand. I love fashion photography and things like that, but I have a thing for like the magazine illustrations from like the 50s and 60s. Even though some of them can get like, they're very much of the times, if you know what I'm saying, and some of them can get kind of sexist and weird, but like I'm talking like portraits and models and stuff. Sometimes the advertisements too were interesting. But yeah, that dries down darker than what you expect it to, and but that's okay. I kind of like it. I think, what do you guys think? You think I should make the background yellow and purple, or yellow, or not yellow, but orange and purple, or just orange or purple? I don't know. Like, I wasn't going to mix them obviously together because that would just make pure mud, but I'm talking like maybe have the background a certain color and then like have her outlined in a different color. I don't know. It looks like these are going to dry down real fast, and so that will cut back production time, and we'll all get to bed at our scheduled bedtime. Thank you, Amethyst. I don't remember your name. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Sticky Art. You love the colors? I'm pretty happy with the colors. I think they really, I think this added so much depth, just a little bit of color. She just felt naked without color. And so, yeah, see, that's already dry. That's awesome. Okay. I guess I should have used this. I'm going to make her makeup correct on the other side so that she is then, what's the word? I'm having a brain fart right now. Symmetrical. Wow. Whoops. So what, I may have already asked this. I know I said something about dressing up for Halloween. Do you guys got any parties you're going to? Or do you have any like rituals that you like to do? Like you get together with your friends and play cards or something? Or do you guys get together and watch scary movies? Speaking of, let's talk scary movies. Who else has watched Squid Game? It's not really a scary movie, but kind of horror-ish TV series or Netflix series. I've only watched up until I think I'm on episode 4. What kind of paint is in the jars? These are poster paints, Veronica. They are the Sakura poster paints. And then these are the Camel premium poster paints. These are the colors that I'm using right now, and I haven't used the Camel color yet. So, kind of very similar to gouache, and so we've got it's like I said, it's kind of like the little sister. It's kind of like gouache, but I don't think it's quite as creamy. The poster paints can be really, really, if you get bad poster paint, it can look very, very chalky, from what I understand. But yeah, so far so good. I don't know. Do I add the background? Purple. Okay. You think purple as a background would look good? I just don't. I feel like the orange, even though orange, green, and purple are great Halloween colors, I don't feel like I want this as a main color for the background. So, yeah, welcome to poster paint. But I think maybe if I use like the neon orange as like around like a border, I think it'd be kind of fun. At least that's not overpowering the purple, pink, and green. So let's do that. Okay. And the reason I'm doing this first is because I feel like this would be hard to do on top of the purple. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's just my guess, and that's what we're going with. So I really haven't. I sometimes like will go through the month of October and like sit down and like have a ritual where I'll watch a horror movie a night, but I really haven't done that this year. And like last year, I think I was just busy and I just didn't get around to it because I was doing Inktober last year, the 30 Faces 30 Days from Sketchy, and I was doing the Inktober, so I really had no time to do it. And so I really have kind of lost track of like what's good. I really haven't seen a lot of horror films, like newer horror films that I've been like, oh yeah, that's a great one. But the classics never die. You know, you can never go wrong with Halloween, the first one. It is dated, but so are a lot of other horror films. I mean, anything from the 80s is going to be dated, as I am too, from the 80s. But and one of my favorite horror films of all time is The Shining, but I can watch that any time of year. And then we talked about that the other day, and then I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I want to see the newer Candyman, and I know I mentioned that in one of the last streams. It's just that you really do take a risk with horror films because they're not necessarily known for being necessarily the most complex genre. So, you know, what scares one person or freaks one person out, or what one horror fan considers to be great, is not always, you know, it varies very, very much from person to person. And I've seen great horror films. I've seen terrible ones, and I'm very selective with what I watch too. I've never been one that's really been into, like, I'm not into like the gorier the better. I'm just not into that. But there was a time when it was like it. I'm not gonna say it bothers me now. It's not that. It's just that I don't know. Usually along with that comes lack of quality cinema. But that's not always the truth. I mean, there are some that break the mold. If you have any recommendations, please put them in the comments. You watch Elvira? Elvira? Yeah. I wasn't allowed to watch horror films whenever I was a kid, so I really had a lot of catching up to do whenever I got older. And I never got around to really watching Elvira, but one of my favorite campy horror films is I was going to say Freak Show. Creep Show. The first one. Oh, I love it. Yeah, Squid Game is bloody. It's not really gore, but at least from what I've watched of it, but it's pretty violent in places. Thankfully there's good dialogue to break it up, so it's more of like an extreme, like an extremism horror. But I've only seen up till, episode 4, so I could be completely wrong. You could prove me wrong. Ooh, I like how she's looking. Hello. I still love the ring. I know people make fun of it, but I still love it. And I'm trying to think of what else. I've been pretty impressed with Jordan Peele's horror films. I loved Midsummer, and I did like Hereditary. That was a great horror film, but there was something about Midsummer that was fantastic. It was like this slow burn. It was so good. And probably one of my most favorite horror films just within the last few years that have come out and that have came out. And I could watch it over and like I could watch it multiple times and still find things that I didn't. You still watch Creepshow when it's on, but yeah, Midsummer is great. It's a long movie, but and it's like horror in broad daylight. I think that's what it's great psychological horror too. So Ari Aster, I think he's brilliant, and he just so happened to make great horror films. He just seems like your everyday dude, and then whenever you see what he's created, you're like, are you disturbed, sir? But wonderful, wonderful film. I do want to put like a do what I did last year and put like a gift giving guide together for artists, like to things to buy artists for the holiday season. Kind of like I did like almost like a wish list type of thing. But I did it a little bit later than I should have probably last year, so I might want to do it before Black Friday this year. I don't remember when I did it last year, but I think it might have been after Black Friday. You really like Shutter Island. I don't really do well with gore, but I like psychological thrillers, Olivia says. Yeah, I completely agree. I like a good psychological horror. One that I want to think about for like a day or so, or a week or so after, you know? But, old school Barnabas Collins. My mom and dad watched Dark Shadows growing up. So, of course, I watched parts of Dark Shadows. Poltergeist, that's a great one. Always. But let me tell you, you know the whole thing about the corpses, right? Like those bones that that were in the dug up pool, and like when it rained, those were real bones. Those were real. Like, I'm sorry, but I think Joseph Williams was completely freaked out, and I would be too. I'd be like, you're paying me twice as much for that. Twilight Zone, yay. Okay, Twilight Zone, I grew up, my parents watched Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock and Dark Shadows, so it's no wonder that I like a good horror flick or good horror series. I did watch American Horror Story almost pretty faithfully up until, I think, there were a few seasons there that I was like, okay, it's gone downhill now. It's getting to be kind of a shit show. But I think Cult was the last one that I watched that I was like, okay, this is ignorant. But it got so like it got too twisted and too, I don't know. It was just like, let's just see how much we can shock everybody, but without substance. So I'm going to start over here because I am left-handed, and knowing me, I will smudge things. Okay, you know what? Need to water it down just a little bit. The thing about poster paints is it's a lot like gouache in the fact that you can't go in too thick. Like, this is kind of thick, but it'll crack, basically. If you can get the right consistency, because, man, gouache is this consistency game. It really is. But I want to do thicker. I want to do thicker. I don't want to do 2 coats. So I don't know if you guys notice that, like, there's not as many trick-or-treaters these days as there used to be. Also, another great Halloween themed movie is Trick or Treat. I mean, that's a great Halloween movie. It's a great horror film. It kind of has that sort of comic book fun, vibe to it. I really enjoyed it. And that one has become kind of a cult classic. I always get excited whenever I see a good film, good horror film, or just a film in general that has become a cult classic. Like maybe it wasn't necessarily something that would do well in theaters, but because of streaming services, like it's gained popularity. I like that. I like seeing that happen. It's like an underdog situation. You've never used gouache? Oh, gouache is interesting. There's a learning curve with it, but it's fun. I need to get back into gouache and do a new gouache video. I actually have a jelly gouache kit. Wow. I have a jelly gouache set that I have not used on the channel, and it's got a lot of skin tones in it, and I like it. I like the idea of that. Whether or not it's any good, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out together. That's a nice, rich purple. I know it looks really dark on screen, but it's a beautiful shade. It's quite literally like this in real life. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, Amethyst, you were saying you were a flower child. That's what you grew up on. No wonder weird stuff happened on set. Yeah, I know. Oh gosh, that's another one of those. Poltergeist was. I don't like using the word cursed. I really don't. I think it's a very heavy word to use, but there were some awfully peculiar things. You know, poor Heather O'Rourke, she was gone way too soon. And I don't remember what the oldest was named, or her name as an actress, I forgot. She was like shot by was she shot by a stalker or like by an ex-boyfriend or something? I can't remember. It was crazy. It was like 3 people from that cast passed away within like several years. It was wild. Ooh, these are really creamy. I like them. I'm gonna have to do a dedicated video. I don't know what I would paint with them, but they would be great for pop art. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you could do I know you can do design work and stuff, but man, I'm making a mess. I know you can do design work. I know you can do artwork with it, but whether or not, I don't think you could do super detailed stuff. It would have to be kind of looser. You think she was cursed from being in that movie? I think she was a kid in Hollywood, if you know what I'm saying. Which, I mean, we know more about the mistreatment of child stars now, but I mean, back then, we didn't have that kind of knowledge or, you know, information. But I do think I am a believer in the supernatural. I am a believer in everything is energy, and I do believe in negative energy. I've felt negative energy from people and from houses, from places, and so yeah. I just hate to use that word. I think it's a strong word, and but it's not. I don't know if I believe in actual like real curses. I don't know about that. Perhaps like the belief in it can create its own energy, if that makes sense. Just like with places that are haunted and locations that are haunted, like I think a house can have a personality. It can have an imprint on it. It can have almost its own separate thing if it's strong enough and if there's been enough activity that's taken place there that's been imprinted on the place. Or it might be like just the location itself. I think sometimes there's a lot that we don't know about, that we haven't figured out. But I know I said something about in my latest video. I said something like, you know, don't play with Ouija boards. Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, it's like one of the things that will just make me so mad is whenever I hear about, like, oh, well, you know, I was having trouble with, you know, activity in the house, so I decided, my husband and I, or my friend and I, we just decided to go ahead and try and contact the spirits so that we could figure out what was going on. I'm like, no. Why? Why? Like, you're not experienced. You don't know what this is. You can't just go opening doors like that and expecting things to, like, be okay with it. I mean, no. Just don't. I'm like, there's your spiritual PSA. Like, I'm kind of like, in what department of your brain did you think that was a good idea? What made you think that that was a great idea? Like, of course, the area of common sense wasn't active during that decision making. I'm making a mess. I'm going to have paint on this table. But it is an art table, so, you know, what are you going to do? You know, it's one of those things. I've lived in a haunted house behind the forest lawn. It was real to me. No Ouija board for me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You're very smart for not doing that. Seriously, thank you for not indulging in that sort of stuff. Because, like, it's, especially whenever it's really real, like, that's the thing, is that I'm like, okay. And I've had experiences. When I was 18, I lived briefly with a friend of mine. I say briefly because I was not on the lease. And we all, you know, I was 18. You know, we all at this party one night, and these guys, these dumb guys, they came over. And I didn't know that she had a Ouija board. I don't know why she had a Ouija board, but she did. And those stupid guys, they busted that thing out and started yelling at it, and after that, like, I was really, really super freaked out, but it wasn't mine. I was going to tell him, stop it. I wish I would have, but made me really, really nervous. And then after that, things weren't the same. There was activity showing up, and I was like, oh no. Like, the faucet would turn on in the middle of the night, full blast. The sink faucet would just, in the bathroom, would get up and like the knob would be completely turned. And then there was one time where we were sitting on the couch, and the opposite room, like, you could see like into the bedroom, you could see the light fixture. All of a sudden, it's like it got real bright in there, and the light bulb busted. And we just looked at each other like, you saw that, right? Like, you know. So I moved out. I was like, oh no. Hell no. It's not like as if I left her on her own. I left her. She was dating someone at the time, and they were living there too, and so I didn't feel bad leaving. Okay. I know she's upside down, folks, but this is what I gotta do. Veronica. Nope, 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 don't go there. Don't yell at ghosts, they'll yell back in creepy ways. Well, in my experience, if they're in my space and I got sage on me, I'll yell. It depends. It just depends on the vibe. It just depends on the situation. Not, it's not always that way. By the way, Alina, if you want to, I would love to hear your stories. So please email me with some stories that you have. In fact, any of you guys that have had experiences, I would love to hear your stories so I could put them in a video. Because if you listened to any of Michelle's stories that she submitted, I mean, she had a lot of experiences, but I also want to like keep it going and like turn it into a series. If you guys are comfortable with sharing your stories with me, let me know. And if you want to stay anonymous, that's fine too. I understand. You just got to let me know in the email, but southpawcreativearts@gmail.com. Let me know. And yeah, Olivia, people being disrespectful to the deceased grinds my gears. I treat them like any natural force with respect, dignity, and common sense. I agree. Sometimes, though, it's not human. So, you know. Or if the deceased is not being respectful of you being in your own space, like if they lived at the location that you stay at, like, you don't have to be aggressive right off the bat. You just gotta let them know, hey, I live here now. This is my place now. Like, we can't coexist here. I mean, if it's like a child and they're just refusing to cross over, then, as long as they're not causing any trouble, then I could say, yeah, cool. But, if it's an ornery spirit or if it's a mischievous spirit that, not mischievous, but if they're threatening in any way, if they are messing with you, I say the best bet is to try and get them to move on, whether it be through a medium visiting the house and doing the proper protocols or whatever, or through prayer. I don't, it is very real. Let's just put it this way. I think we're all, the good majority of us here are believers, and it is unreal how much like the spirit world, like there's a lot of like they can just, a lot of them can like just hop along, and like it's why I don't really visit cemeteries anymore, because if you are, if you're a bright light in this world, like, and you go to a cemetery, they're probably gonna see that light and follow you. Let's put it that way. Oh yeah, Amethyst, you'll rebuke spirits in Jesus' name. Oh yeah, yeah. If they get, that's a fantastic way to let them know that you mean business. Yeah. In fact, I had this really creepy dream one time that I feel weird even talking about this, but you know what? You guys can share your spooky stories with me, and likewise. But I had this dream one time that I was being picked up by like my ankles and like held up in the air by an evil spirit, and I kept yelling for it to let me go, and finally I said, let me go in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, and it dropped me. It was so real that I was like, wow. The next morning I was like, holy moly. That was interesting. It's one of those dreams that you really feel what's happening. So you do what you gotta do, But yeah, I have. It's a big pet peeve if somebody doesn't respect. If someone doesn't respect the fact that you shouldn't use divination tools if you don't know what you're doing. And I wouldn't even say a Ouija board is a divination tool. I would say it's like carrying a loaded GUN out in public without having a license or something. I don't really know how to compare it, but it's just not something that people should be messing with, bottom line. Veronica, you love going to cemeteries? I'll say this. It's obviously if I have a loved one, like when my parents passed away, I'll visit them, of course, but like you don't have to if you can, this is just my experience, like they just tend to hop along sometimes, and I'm like, I didn't say that you could do that. Like if you were a human being, I wouldn't just let a stranger get into my car, so why are you here? Like, and sometimes we don't always realize like that we can be influenced. Those energies can influence us, and that's just me. I'm sensitive to that sort of thing, but I'll say just by itself, like cemeteries can be peaceful, and they can certainly make you reflect on life itself, and like, but to each his own. I mean, if you don't have a problem with it, that's fine. But yeah, I've always enjoyed Halloween. Well, I can't say I always have. I actually, as a kid, I had a few bad experiences with Halloween, and apparently I didn't like trick or treating whenever I was real young. But I didn't know this until like recently. I'm like, really? but but I've always enjoyed. I think I enjoy Halloween as an adult more than I did as a kid, and I enjoyed it as a parent too. Whenever my son would dress up, and like that was one of my favorite things to do, is to take him trick or treating. It was always a little stressful because he was ADHD, and like he didn't understand that like you sometimes, you know, he'd be really impatient to get up to the front of the line, and I just, you know, I'd have to watch him like make sure he didn't like barge past like other kids in line and stuff like that. And he didn't mean to. It was just he was a kid. He didn't understand that like for a while, or he was impulsive sometimes. But I enjoyed taking him out. So it was really a lot of fun. So yeah. I think I'm gonna give her I know she's got like a white gown, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of pink like around the collar here, and then I think we can wrap it up. I don't know. I don't know if like I would be able to put some pink in there. Maybe just a little bit of like pink strands. Just so that it doesn't look quite as flat. She's looking good. Yeah. Thank you. Dogs can see spirit. Also, they are sensitive to the spirit world. So are cats. Cats can see into multiple dimensions. Cats are very connected to the spirit world. Cats are like little aliens, really. I mean, it's just... If you ever look into their eyes, I mean, it's kind of like looking into a whole, like there's like a whole landscape inside of a cat's eyes. Like beautiful. It looks like a different planet. So and with this, I always have a pit baby dog with me. I live in a small RV. He's my one. Aww. Yeah, Alina, definitely email me. Just put in the subject line, put spooky stories, or yeah, spooky stories, so that I can see it. And it's I put like the actual email in my last video, but it's southpawcreativearts@gmail. It's just one word, all lowercase. So, what do you guys think? I mean, she looks pretty good, doesn't she? I kind of like how this, I mean, I actually really like how this turned out. Let's see what she looks like under a black light, though, before we go. Let me turn this off. And if you guys have seen my other blacklight live streams, you will enjoy that. And I'll definitely be doing that again. And I'll be doing a whole like black light makeup look too. So it'll be a lot of fun. Oops. Ooh, it's so fun! Look at how wicked she looks. Oh, that's so much fun. Oh, I wish I would have like. Ooh, let me do something real quick. I wish I would have had the green, a green blacklight paint. But this is why we do this. This is why I love blacklight. It's like a whole other realm. It's like it just transforms everything. So fun. Just trying to be as precise as I can be. Make sure it gets all the coverage. That is so fun. Oh, I love it. Love it so much. Maybe a few flames. Yeah, I might do that. I might do that later on. I might do that later on. You know, hmm, yeah, color her waterline here. There we go. This is so fun. There we go. Just putting the finishing touches on. Yeah. Ooh, so much fun. So fun. Ooh. Now that's cool. That is so much fun. Yep, that's it right there. Look at how cool these look underneath the black light. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to sign this. And I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah, Amethyst, I had a lot of, well, I didn't have a lot of blacklight posters, but I had a friend who actually had, like, his whole bedroom was nothing but blacklight posters. So, I did have a blacklight in my first apartment, and that was fun. I had, I guess they were beaded curtains, and they, like, worked under the blacklight. It was fun. Make sure this is nice and opaque. Maybe I'll try to sell this. I'm in an art market in November. And that is one thing, like November might be a little touch and go with the regular videos. We'll see. I hope that I can get you guys more videos. Again, I'm going to start doing eyeshadow videos and we'll go from there. But as far as art videos, you know, I'll be on live streams, but you know, with November being, you know, the official start of, you know, Christmas shopping season, holiday shopping season, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it'll be, I'll let you know what's up. So, but I will be putting in some time to create some things to try and sell at this art market. It's on November 13th. So that's on a Saturday. So anyways, you can make a black light supply spot with a light to show them off? Yes. Yes. You guys like it? Okay. Okay, hold on. Thank you for sticking around to see how everything turned out. So we're gonna hopefully turn this light back on. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. All right, guys. All right, so that is that, everybody. It was good to be here and to produce this and finish it up. It just kind of all came together so well. I love the fact that this poster paint, man, it is like nice and flat. Let me see. I'm going to turn this back on and show you guys like how wonderfully, I mean, yeah, I could definitely use another coat. But if you were to just look at it, like there's some patches here that are kind of patchy right here. Patches that are kind of patchy. Wow. Okay. My brain's starting to shut down. But it looks so nice and opaque and flat. Like there's no sheen whatsoever. I like this poster paint. I think I'm going to have to do a dedicated video on it. So, but I didn't get around to using these pops of pink or the peacock blue. So maybe we'll just have to go ahead and have a full video on that and a review. So thank you for having a spooky good time with me. Again, if you have a spooky story, an experience, it doesn't have to necessarily be with a spirit or a ghost. It can be that you saw a UFO. It could be that you had a very paranormal encounter with said UFO. It could be anything. I am really, really open-minded about things. So, because I've had my own experiences. So send it to southpawcreativearts@gmail.com so I can make another spooky subscriber story time, and I will see you guys later. Make sure you put in the subject line that it's a spooky story. So I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, Veronica, Alita, Amethyst, Dragon Boy Ben, and so Heather, Ms. Ebony. I know you all just are so supportive and wonderful, and yeah, I wouldn't be doing this without you. So I'll see you guys next week, or probably Friday night, since I won't have a regular art video this week. So all right, bye.